In today's video, I have to survive 100 days as a wolf. Day 1, I spawned into the world as this wolf, and I could see I was surrounded by other wolves. This was great, but as a wolf, you need to eat, and if I was going to be surviving for 100 days, I will need plenty of food. So I set off on a journey through the forest to see if I could find any, and off in the distance I could see that there was some sheep. Now I had to be careful, I didn't want to spook the sheep, so I carefully made a way around these trees and waited for the right opportunity, and then I struck, charging after the sheep. Luckily for me, I was a wolf, and I was very strong, so taking down these sheep weren't a problem. I was able to get myself loads of food, which was great. Hey, and also, if you didn't know, wolves love exploring, so I set off on a journey to go and explore. I could see that there was this mountain, so I thought why not go and climb it. And I have to say, this mountain was massive. Wait a minute, is that a village? Yes, it is. I found this village nearby, which was great, so I made a way down to the village, but unfortunately, this villager was not so happy. Oh well. I entered the house and I was able to find this chest, which contained some bread, some spruce wood, which was very nice. After that, I went around exploring and found a second house, which contained another chest with some potatoes. This was truly amazing. Hey, and also, the next day, I found this cave, which was great. I could see there was loads of copper and iron here. This was just what I was looking for, so I jumped down into the cave and gathered up some stone and made a stone pickaxe. And the only thing I needed to do now was to go around the caves and find myself some iron. So I went around searching, and there it was, iron. This was great. Hey, and also I found some copper. Now I'll be needing this for my spyglass, so I collected some. But then, as I was making myself a way around the caves, I accidentally got too close to the edge and I slipped, and it took me down to half a heart. And I have to say, that was close. So I had some food to heal back up, and then noticed that there was this warden's cave. And I accidentally woke up the warden. This was not good. Oh no. I knew that the warden did serious damage. If I got hit by the warden, it would be game over instantly. I had to get out of it quick, so I sprinted for my life. Luckily for me, I was a wolf, and I was a lot faster than the warden, so I was easily able to outrun the warden. Now let's hope the warden stays away. Wow, that was close. Wait a second, is that a mine shaft and also some diamonds? Yes, it is. I was able to find myself this mine shaft, and I could see that there was 2 diamonds here. This was amazing. But then, there it was, a minecart. I could not believe the odds. So I opened up the minecart and found a name tag. Now I'll be sure to take this. Okay, it is now time to leave the caves. So I headed out of the caves and found this other cave. And I thought, you know what? Here will be a perfect place for my base. So I placed down my bed, crafting table, furnace, and also my chest, and got to work on removing all the stone that was in the way. You see, I had to make this place look very nice. Added some cobblestone, and also you could not forget about leaves, so I added some of them around as well. But we had a slight problem. We didn't have much food, so it's time for us to make a food farm. So I cleared out a bit more space and decided to make a potato farm. But I was missing one thing. I needed some water, so I headed out across the lands, and there it was. Water. This was great, so I flattened up all the ground and planted in some potatoes. Nothing special, just a very simple potato farm. Hang on, is that a village? It certainly is. I was able to find myself this village. This was great. I was super excited, so I headed over there the quickest I could. And I could see that there was loads of villagers, and also this blacksmith. And surprisingly, there was this chest, which contained some diamonds and also some obsidian. Now I'm sure the villagers won't mind if I could take their diamonds. Hey, and also, there was loads of hay at this village. So I had a genius idea. I decided to get myself some wheat so I could then trade it with the villagers to get myself some emeralds. But then, you wouldn't believe it. As I was making myself a way home, I could see, there it was, a pillager outpost. This was not good. Oh no. And surprisingly, there was no pillagers here, which I thought was rather strange. So I entered the outpost and made a way to the top, and I could see that there was this chest, and I found some dark oak wood, some carrots, mixed pea bottles, and also a few bits of wheat. Not the best loot in the world, but I'll take it. Anyways, we should get out of here, just in case those pillagers come back. So I left the outpost, and I could not believe my eyes. I could see, there it was, a pillager. This was not good. I needed to find another way out, so I decided to escape from this window. But as I did that, there it was. I was spotted by a pillager. This was not good. I had to get out of here quick, so I sprinted for my life. But unfortunately, I was shot by an arrow, which did some serious damage. I had to run. But luckily, as a wolf, I was way faster than the pillagers, so they didn't stand a chance against me. Wow. that was close. Well, I think it's now time we make some iron armor. I needed to keep safe from those pillagers. So I headed out and I found this cave. Luckily, it was a lush cave and there was some moss blocks and also a few berries and also a axolotl. This was great, so I decided to keep the axolotl as my very own pet. Alright, time to get some iron, so I collected some. Guess what I found? I found a zombie spawner. This was great, but there was some zombies, so I dealt with them first. Hang on a minute. Is that diamonds? Yes, it is. I found some more diamonds. I couldn't believe it. And also these bones? I could use these bones to get myself some pet wolves. Great idea. But then, I was not expecting this. I found myself a enchanted golden apple. I could not believe the odds. Anyways, I returned home and now smelted up all the iron that I collected from the caves. And I think it's now time to go and get ourselves some pet wolves. So I headed out into the forest and there it was, a wolf. So I headed over to the wolf and gave it some bones. And luckily, there was 2 wolves here. So I got myself some new friends. And I could tell they was very happy here. This was great, but hang on a minute. I almost forgot about my axolotl. She would need her very own home. So I got to work on building my axolotl her very own home. So you see, axolotls, they like their own caves. So I tried my best to make a cave. And I could tell she was very happy. Wow. Alright, time to go and check up on our iron to see how it's doing. And might I say, it was doing very well. This was great, so I made some iron armor and also thought why not make some iron tools. I would be needing these. And also, you can't go wrong with a shield. This should surely keep me safe from those pillagers. And just like that, we now have a full set of iron armor. Hang on a minute, I almost forgot. I almost forgot about my potato farm. And yep, it was doing very well. This was great. So I got myself some potatoes. And there it is. We can now have some fresh food. Wow. But I do think it's about time we go to the Nether. But first, I would need some more obsidian. And there it was. Obsidian. And yep, that should definitely do it. Now, where are we going to build this Nether portal? Not here, not here, here. Here looks like a perfect spot. So I placed in all the obsidian one by one. Then I lit it up, and there it was, the Nether portal. But before I go into the Nether, I wanted to make the spyglass. So I did, and there it is. We now have a spyglass. Alright, time to go and explore the Nether. So I headed through and could see I was at this crimson forest. So I gathered up some crimson wood, and then I noticed that there was this warped forest. So I thought it would be a good idea to go and get myself some warped wood. You never know, I might need this for some builds. Hang on a minute, is that a bastion? Yes it is. I was able to find this bastion, but there was a problem. There was some piglins. Don't worry, I decided to make myself some golden boots. Now this should keep me safe from the piglins. So I entered the bastion, and I was able to find myself a bit of gold. This was great, and also this chest which contained a golden apple. Now I'll be sure to take this. But then, as I was making myself a way through the bastion, there it was, a load more gold. But even better, there was this netherite ingot. Now I'll be sure to take this. Anyways, I collected up some gold, and I have to say, there was a lot of gold here. Anyways, my journey continues through the Nether, and I was able to find myself some bones. And wait a second, is that a Nether fortress? It certainly is. This was just what I was looking for. I was super excited to get myself some blaze rods. So I did. I collected myself a few blaze rods, and I only needed some nether warts. So I went around exploring the fortress. There it was, some nether warts. This was great, I can now finally make some potions. But you also wouldn't believe it. As I was exploring this fortress, I found this chest, which contained some diamonds. I couldn't believe it. Okay then, I think it's now time to go back home. So I arrived home and decided to do some farming. I needed some more potatoes. So I had to do what I had to do. I have to say, that should be plenty of potatoes. Well, I definitely think it's about time we make some potions. But first, we'll need a potion room. So I made one. Not the best build in the world, but it would definitely do for now. So I made some strength potions and also some swiftness potions. You never know, I might have to run away from those pillagers again. Okay then, our cave is not looking the best and I think it's time we go for an upgrade. So I headed back to the forest and decided to gather up some moss blocks. I thought these would look perfect for my new cave. And also collected some mushrooms and loads and loads of spruce wood. I'll be definitely needing loads of this. So I gathered up the most materials that I could. Alright, well that should do it. So I get home and start decorating. Added loads of that moss blocks that I found and also planted in a few trees. I wanted this place to look very nice. So I placed in a bunch of mushrooms and also got myself loads of glowberries and placed them around as well. And might I say, it does not look too bad whatsoever. This place looks pretty awesome if I do say so myself. But I didn't just do the outside of my base, I also did the inside as well. I decided to change up a few things. As you can see, I added some moss blocks around and also made a new storage area. I needed some more storage. Yep, this place looks 10 times better. I was a very happy wolf. Okay then, I think it's now time to get ourselves some more wolf pets. But first, I'll need loads more bones. So I headed back into the nether and decided to take down a few skeletons. You see, I would need loads of these. If I was going to be building an army of wolves, yeah, I would need loads of bones. And yep, that should be plenty of bones. It's time for us to go and get ourselves some wolf pets. So I headed back to the forest and there they was, wolves. This was great, so I went around, get myself loads more friends. Wow, I have to say, just look at them all. There's so many wolves. So me and my wolf friends, we all returned back to base. And yep, I could tell they was very happy to be here. And that should do it. Our wolf army is now complete. Wow, there it is. Well, 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 I think it's now time to make the enchantment table. And there it is, the enchantment table. But of course, our enchantment table would need a place to go. And I was thinking, here looks like a perfect spot. So I started clearing out a massive space, removing all the stone. But we had a slight problem. We didn't have any bookshelves. So I think it's time to go and find some. So I happily made some eyes of ender, and it is now time to go and find the stronghold. So I set off on a journey across the lands, searching, and finally, after a bit of digging, there it was. We have found it, the stronghold. So I went around searching to see if I could find a library, and guess what I found? A library. So I happily gathered up all the bookshelves that I could get. But that wasn't all. Oh no, there was also this chest with an enchanted book. Now I'll be sure to take this. Anyways, I gathered up a few more books and I decided to return back home and made a bunch of bookshelves and went to go and place them in one by one. Now I have to say, the enchantment room is pretty much done and I think it's now time to do some enchanting. So I enchanted my pickaxe and I was able to get myself efficiency 4. And our armor's not looking that good. I think it's time we go for an upgrade. So I headed to the caves, and there it was, diamonds. And whoa, that should be plenty of diamonds. Time to return home. So I returned back home and made a full set of diamond armor and a full set of diamond tools. Now this should keep me very safe from those pillagers. Let's hope. But before I went to go and wear my diamond armor, I first wanted to go and enchant it. But sadly, I didn't have quite enough levels. So I headed back to Nether and got myself a load more. And that should do it. That should be plenty of levels. So I get back home and enchant all my armor and tools. Get myself some pretty decent stuff, if I do say so myself. Well, 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 I think it's now time we go on a bit of an adventure. So I headed out across the lands and I found its flower biome. Wait a minute, is that a village? Yes, it is. Luckily, I was able to find myself this nearby village, which was great. So I went around, said hello to some of the villagers, and I could see they was very happy to see me. Hey, and also, there was some melons here. Now I'll need this for some potions. So I collected some, and also some hay. You never know, I might need this as well. Now, can we just have a second to appreciate this view? It looks amazing. Wait a minute, is that a dark oak forest? It certainly is. And also a nether portal? I couldn't believe the odds. So I headed over there the quick as I could. And yep, there it was. a chest. So I opened up this chest and I found myself a golden apple. Now, don't mind if I do, I'll be sure to take this. Anyways, after that, I headed to the dark oak forest and collected some dark oak wood. Anyways, my journey continues across the seas, and I could see that there was this shipwreck. This was very exciting, and also another chest. To my surprise, I was able to find myself a diamond, some emeralds, some iron, and also some gold. And also, there was this other chest, which contained a buried treasure map. Now, I think it's about time we go and find ourselves some treasure. And it should be around here somewhere. So I started digging around, and after a bit of digging, there it was, the buried treasure. And yep, there it was, all this treasure. I could see there was some emeralds, some gold, very nice. But you wouldn't believe what I found. There it was, a mushroom biome. But I have to say, I've never seen so many mushroom counts in my life. Hang on a second, is that a desert temple? It certainly looks like it. So I made my way down into the desert temple, and I was able to find myself a load of bones, and also another golden apple. Very nice. And as I left the desert temple, I stumbled across a badlands biome. This was great. So I collected myself some terracotta. You never know, I might need this for my build. Our journey isn't over just yet. Oh no. Luckily for me, I was able to find myself this jungle. Now, this was just what I was looking for. You might be asking, why did I need to go and find a jungle? You see, I wanted to collect myself some vines and also some cocoa beans. And once I was here, I also thought, why not go and get myself some bamboo? So that's what I did. Hey, a bird. I was able to find myself this parrot. But that wasn't all. Oh no, I also found some pandas. So I said hi. And I could see the pandas were very happy. Before I went home, I wanted to get myself a fish. So I headed to the ocean and got one. Well, I finally arrived back home, and I have to say, it's nice to be back home, and I definitely think it's about time we build our pet fish our very own home. Here looks perfect, so I got to work on removing all the blocks, and I was thinking, what should I do for the decoration? And you know what? Sandstone looks great, so I used that. What's a fish home without kelp? I ain't sure, so I placed down some kelp, and also placed in the fish, and I could tell she was very happy. Wait a minute, I almost forgot about my netherite. So what I decided to do was to turn my pickaxe into netherite. And I was thinking, I think it's about time we go and get ourselves some more netherite. But then, as I was exploring the nether, there it was, another bastion, with a load more gold. This was great. I'll need this for my netherite armor, and also I'll need loads of blaze rods. But blaze rods weren't the only thing that I needed. I also needed some ender pearls, so I headed to the warped forest and got myself some. Okay, that should do it. That should be plenty of ender pearls. So I safely make it home and smell up all that ancient brie that I collected. And the next day, I turned all my armor and tools into netherite. And there it is. Wow. We did it. It is now time. It is now time to go and defeat the Ender Dragon. So I gathered everything I needed from my chest, all the stuff I would need for this fight. And before I left, I made sure to say goodbye to all my pets. This might be the last time I would ever see them. So I said my final goodbyes, and I headed out to the stronghold. And there it was, the stronghold. I knew what had to be done, so I placed in all the Eyes of Ender, one by one. And then the portal opened. Wow, there it is. But there's no turning back now. I needed to end this, so I jumped through the portal, and there she was. The Ender Dragon. I could tell the Ender Dragon was not happy. I needed to end this quickly, so I didn't wait, and I started taking down the ink crystals. But then out of nowhere, the Ender Dragon started charging at me. Whew, that was close. And then finally, I took down the final ink crystal. It's time to finish this fight, once and for all. I could tell the Ender Dragon was getting weaker and weaker by the minute. I had to end this fight, so I waited for the right opportunity, and I struck, defeated the Ender Dragon. Wow, we did it. And there it is. We did it. We defeated the Ender Dragon. Hey, and also, I could see there was loads of XP here. This was great. And also, the Dragon Egg. I was not going to be leaving this behind. Alright, that should do it. Time to travel back home. So I safely make it back home, and it's now time to make a place for the Ender Egg. And finally, on day 100, here it is. It looks pretty awesome if I do say so myself. Anyways, it's time to place in the Ender Egg. And there it is. We did it. We finally survived 100 days as a wolf.